we've got health and safety risks. We employ 13,000 people. Our health and safety team were just updating our audit committee last week, and one of the things they pointed to was the implementation of RiskSmart, which has helped them get better insight and better tracking of some of the things they're doing. What we had done very well over the last few years was establish quite a mature risk framework, having very insightful value-add risk conversations with the executive, really strong engagement with the executive on risk matters. But we've built this framework to operate top down and bottom up. So we have risks that we track with the executive, those sort of strategic level principal risks, and we have functional level bottom up risk management. So we have a range of risk registers across the business that we try to report up. So that then was the biggest challenge. How do we make this a much more embedded and mature process that provides meaningful assurance upwards, but equally becomes something valuable to our functions who are tracking and managing these risks?
Excel's just, it's not as easy to track changes, see who's updated it, have owners go in and update it without changing anything else.
What I really liked about RiskSmart was how intuitive it felt. Its ease of use. It wasn't trying to do 100 things. It was trying to do a few things really well. It was flexible and quite customizable even by the end user, so there was no complicated coding to try and change things, and I was able to see how adaptable that was as part of that demo. And it just struck me as something that I could see working for our business, I think, quite early on.
I had been used to, in my previous company, one of the bigger risk platforms. So it was really nice to see something very, like you said, very intuitive, easy to use. There wasn't too much information on the screen. It was just quite simple. There's your risks, your controls, your actions, nothing to kind of navigate. It was just all there in front of you. I remember Ross talking about the widgets, the fact it had AI, because even last September, AI wasn't as big as it is now.
No.
And it was the AI on the descriptions, and Ross was very excited about the dashboard widgets and the AI. I just remember that. And now look at AI now and it's like, wow.
It was a large part about its user friendliness, but functionality, the customizable, the widgets, the interactive ability to report and filter and analyze information. I was very pleasantly surprised as we went through the launch, training and rollout at quite how well this was received and how well it landed in the business. I think for Sarah and I, being close to the process, we'd gone through selecting a tool, talking about how it might work, going through an implementation, testing, uploading the data, sort of thinking about how to use the tool and tweaking things. And once we put it out there and we showed people what we had ended up with, I was really pleasantly surprised at how well that landed, and the training was part of that, but also I think the ease of use of the tool really helped that.
But the training that Maddie did was, I think everybody turned up to her trainings, and everyone was really complimentary about her training, so everyone seemed very happy with it. So from that perspective, it was a success for how you can ease people onto it. Just that ease of it all being in one place. You have the owners in there, they can get alerts real-time notifications, which works for general users. What we've ended up using the platform for is that all the leadership team in finance can see all the risks as contributors. So those real-time notifications don't necessarily benefit them. However, as a leadership team, they can go in and see their whole register and see who owns it, see who's updated it, and you've got dates on there as who's gone in, when actions are closed.
The key benefits for us are we've got consistent data with integrity. We can get much better visibility of what's happening in the functions. So we have that central access to everything in real time. And you know, to Sarah's point, it's all in one place. I think importantly, it's empowered our functions to take more ownership of risk management. And I couldn't even explain this to you psychologically, the difference between a spreadsheet and having it in a system. But the process of rolling this out, they are taking more ownership of their risk registers. They're taking more ownership of their risk review routines. They're using that information more proactively to manage risks in their functions and to the business. Our health and safety team were just updating our audit committee last week, and one of the things they pointed to was the implementation of RiskSmart, which has helped them get better insight and better tracking of some of the things they're doing. Our technical team, who look after our food safety and quality, they are really leaning into this and have embedded a robust and mature review routine. We've got IT have rethought the way in which they track their risks and the risks they're looking at. Finance have got this cross-functional ownership of the risks that are relevant within our finance function. So it's really empowered the business to be more proactive and more engaged with the risk management process.